Alright, what's up guys? So in this video today, I'm going to be going over personnel for the man up 3D. Not necessarily man, it can be man, it can be zone, whatever it may be. This is a good rule of thumb for your personnel that you want out there when running this formation. This formation is insanely good against the pass this year. It can't get pancaked against the run. It doesn't matter how many tight ends or how many running backs they have on the field, it cannot get pancaked this year. And then another great thing about it is that it is in shed defense. So, the reason why you would want to use this formation is because of two reasons, really. One, you get insane sheds, and two, you don't have to make any linebacker adjustments. If you guys have played this year, if you guys have seen other people talk about the game this year, you know that linebacker adjustments are kind of bad. They remapped them to the D-pad this year instead of being on your left and right bumpers, which makes it kind of inconvenient, especially with how easily it is to get quick snap this year. So by running quarters 3 deep, you only have one linebacker on the field, and you're going to be using him a lot of the time, so you don't even really have to worry about linebacker adjustments. You can do mostly YY or triangle triangle if you're on PS4 and make secondary adjustments. It's insanely good coverage defense. You can't get bombed over the top, and you can't get pancaked. It is kind of bad against the run. I will warn you that. This is, however, quarters 3 deep is in every single playbook, so this is a great formation to add in to every other formation that you might be running currently. So let's say you're a big dollar guy, maybe you're a big over G guy. You can still run those and then mix in quarter 3 deep in passing situations. So I would just say this is more something that you want to run on third and fourth down and long, just because, like I said, it's not great against the run. Obviously, it's so spread out, and there's so many guys in coverage that you're not going to get great run defense. You still can play decent run defense, but it's not something you want to be in if you're getting pounded. If you are getting pounded, go ahead and switch it up, run a different formation. I would recommend 5-2 if you want to run good run defense. And as you can see in my update section on the ebook, I did drop an ebook, or I will be dropping an ebook on Wednesday this week. It will be July 31st, I believe. I'll be dropping the ebook on hotroute.tips, which goes over my 5-2 defense, which is the best blitz in the game, and it's also the best run defense in the game. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the personnel. That was just a little introduction on the formation itself. The biggest takeaway from that should be is if you are getting pounded like crazy, go ahead and switch up your formation. But this is really, really ideal for a third and long, fourth and long, or a player that just passes in general. If they pass a ton and they're not running a lot, this is something you can run all game. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the personnel that I would do. You want your best pass rusher, which is DeMarcus Lawrence of the Cowboys, on the right side. You want your second best pass rusher on the left, and then in the middle you want your biggest guy who can also rush the quarterback. So Damon Harrison, probably not ideal here. He's very big. He can stop the run, but he will not be able to rush the passer at all. You want somebody who can probably get in there and at least cause a little bit of disruption. So we're going to use Tyrone Crawford. That way we can split some double teams up there, get some pass rush, but we can also stop the run relatively effectively. So that's really important. So just think about it. Best pass rusher on the right side of the screen, second best on the left, and then your third best in the middle. Then, pretty self-explanatory right here in the middle, you just want your best user, your fastest guy. The great thing about quarters is you can sub in a safety here. So if you're playing Mutt, you can sub in Jamal Adams or Reed, somebody like that in there, and you can user them. Now for the slot guys, you want your best two corners here, your best man-to-man guys, your best speed guys. For the Cowboys, it's Anthony Brown and Byron Jones. Pats, it would be like Jason McCourty and Gilmore. And Mutt, it could be like Patrick Peterson and, again, Byron Jones or somebody like that. And those guys are going to perform really well for you in the slot because, as I'll go over later, is it's really important for these guys to have good man because we will be manning them up a lot. As far as the outside guys go, you just want some safeties there, some tall guys who can hit. It's important because they're going to be in the clouds a lot, so that height helps them get the passes over their head. And then if your opponent throws underneath them, they can come up and lay the lumber. On the outside, you want two pretty good zone guys. You want your best two zone guys. You're not really spoiled for choice in regs, so right here I would choose a Woozy and then Jordan Lewis. I guess, there's not too many great options, but in Mutt, you could put somebody really awesome out here like Sherman and like Ramsey, two guys who can play really good zone and react to those corner routes and crossers, but who can also lay the lumber, so that's really important. Again, hit power is really good this year, so you kind of want hit power everywhere you can get it. As far as a guy in the top middle, he's probably the least important. You could put your weakest player there. He's really just there to stop any sort of deep posts over the middle. any sort of cover 2 beaters. That's his really only real job. I do sometimes man this guy up, so somebody halfway decent up there like Derwin James would do the job in Ultimate Team. That's it for the personnel. Go ahead and watch the other videos I have on going over adjustments and setups.